Oh, there's a... Oh, we need to stop and show you that. There's an alligator. He wasn't there before. He's a big one too. He wasn't there before. Look at that guy. Oh, here's your alligator for today. Big boy. He's got to be at least 8. Looks like somebody ran over him. Oh. Should we see if we can... Looks like somebody ran over him. Yeah, it looks like somebody ran over him. Shell's cracked. Breathing hard. The other guy over there is okay. You okay, buddy? Oh, there goes one. There goes the other one. He's taking a shit. All right, here we go. 28.6. And we've got 4 bars left on that. Now we're taking off from the Polk City Trailhead on the Van Fleet State Trail. Check the radar. Hi. Check the radar, and it's going to be an interesting ride on the way back. Nothing heavy. It's just showing, future radar is showing that there's a clump of rain we'll be going through, but it should end at 4 o'clock. Which this took us an hour 44 minutes. Right now it's 1:05. So we should get back before 3 o'clock. All being well. We've got 3 bars left on my number 3 battery, which is a 10 amp hour, and we should be getting back to that little village. So we make it back to there, we should be in fine shape. That leaves us about 10 miles from here, and I believe we should have it more than 10 miles. We should be able to get to that point and beyond with 3 bars left. All right, here we go. Last battery. We're sitting at 34.7. And we got our best battery in the chamber. Should get 24 miles out of it. So we're coming up on 35 miles plus 24, 35, 55, 59. Damn close. It's gonna be damn close, that's for sure. So what do we get on that second last one? That was a 10 amp hour. And I think we stuck it in at 18 to 34. What is that? It's 4 miles, 16 miles. That's, I think the last time we got was 17. So 1 mile less because of probably the weight. $35, $55, $59. Going to be very close. Now, a good thing that's been happening lately with some of these batteries is when they sit, they seem to regenerate themselves. I've had, especially my second battery, I've had that where I've run it dry, where it shuts the bike off, and then like an hour later I'll stick it in and son of a gun, there's like 1 or 2 bars in there, which will carry you to at least a couple miles. Now I've got 4 batteries here, and if they are able to regenerate for a couple miles or a mile, you know, other than pulling over to switch out the batteries, I think we'll be in good shape. But I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna be kind of crossing my fingers. 7.0 mile marker. 7.0, that leaves us with 21, roughly 21 miles with a battery that gets 24. So 24. That's 20, actually 28. So let's just round it up. Let's say it's 29. So that leaves me 22 miles to go. And this battery has been giving me 24. So that's a 2 mile cushion. So historically speaking, we should make it with this battery with 2 miles to spare. Now this is a little bit heavier load. I think the last time I just had 2 batteries, so it's an extra 7 pounds right now. .5 mile marker. I feel the bike is heavy. Like I say, it's top heavy because I got 3 batteries, 21 pounds of battery sitting in my back basket. I want to keep this bike moving at a nice steady pace, because the more you do stop and go or slow down and go, the more you eat the battery. 8.0, 20 miles to go. Actually 21. So we were rounding it up to 29. Boy, I know it's going to be close. Well, we'll probably have to stop at least one more time to switch out the GoPro batteries. Let's see, it's been every 45 minutes, so 45, and then it was an hour and a half. They may be coming up here pretty shortly. Another road crossing. I think this is the little village that I was hoping to make it back to 20 miles, but yeah, 37.2 right now. I wanted to make it back at 38, so we fell short 3 miles. To slow down just in the rare chance somebody's coming from the right. Looks good. Boy, it's really hard to see. I think there's somebody up ahead. I really can't tell right now if they're walking or riding a bike. Looks like 2 people. No, maybe 1. Well, it looks like a bike rider, and he's weaving all over the place, so Should have ran that guy off the road. So if I have to change out my rear tire or take it off anyway, I may as well replace that front one. That front one is still, I've never had a blowout on the front tire before, but ever since I was in Nazareth, Texas, remember that one out in the boonies with the mud, and I wiped out 3 times in a row within 5 minutes. Well, all that mud caked underneath the fender, and I was too lazy to chip away at it because I was still running through mud, and that mud actually wore down on the tire. It's kind of balding. And I've got 2 extra tires now that we're approaching the 7,000 mile mark, right? Or 8,000. No, we were at 76 something. So we're getting close to 8,000 miles. Boy, that must be her day, is just going up and down, because it's coming up on 2 o'clock. And if we're heading back to that other trailhead where that her station was, well, that's basically 8 hours of just driving the trail. I think that would get boring though. Same old, I mean, you get to know the trail pretty good. One day she goes down this way, and then well, it's just about the halfway point in. And then she can head over to Polk City the next day. Alternating days. I'm sure she carries like a chainsaw and some basic tools. She probably checks on the shelters, makes a note if any wood needs to be replaced. Let's see how the phone's doing here. It's 72%. And I've had the screen on full tilt. 14-mile marker. We're almost halfway home. This battery's still got all 5 bars. say our next pit stop should be when the GoPros beep. Well, skies look pretty good. There's nothing ominous. .5 miles. That's the halfway point there. And what time did we leave? I think it was right around 12:44. So that's hour 15 minutes. So it should be about an hour's worth of drive. Maybe quicker because we're going 17 miles an hour, so it's going to drop to maybe 16. We're roughly another hour. Hang in there. I sat underneath that shelter last time I was here because it was raining. .5 miles. See, it's a good thing on these trails to ride in the center. Never know, by the time your mind sees what may be perceived as something harmful, Their reaction time is delayed a little bit. And I remember last time I was here by one of these bridges, right before I got to the bridge, by the time I glanced and made contact with it, it was an alligator just laying in the grass. I turned around and sped by it. It never moved. Didn't feel threatened at all. $16-mile marker. All right, here we go. That's the third set of GoPro batteries. Got one more set. Shouldn't need them, but we got them just in case. While I was changing out that, it is quiet, and man, I heard something crash, and I thought it might have been a bear. Deer don't make that much noise when they spook. Plus they let you know. They get a little whistle. I just want to see if there's a bear up in the tree. There's a lot of big pine trees here that they could crawl up and take a rest in the crotch of the tree there. Alright, what are we doing here? 45.6 miles. $17-mile marker. Well, so far the rain's holding off. I say that and I just felt the drop. Don't look like anything heavy though. Of course, that's what I said yesterday, and then we ended up with an hour rain delay. 17.5 mile marker. $18 marker. $18.5 mile marker. 19-mile marker. We are officially less than 10 miles away. 3 bars left on the last battery. 2 bars will give me 10 miles usually. I'm feeling a little bit more confident now. .5 mile marker. Coming up to this trailhead here, I don't recall what the name was on this. There were 5 cars here. There's nobody here now. Oh, Bay Lake. Bay Lake. Bay Lake. Lake Trailhead. One more biker coming up there. 20 miles. 20 miles. Less than 9 to go. Can't tell if that guy up there is coming or going. I think he's coming this way. He might be going back to that trailhead where that car was. 2 bars left. 2 bars will give me 10 miles. We're at 49 right now. Oh, it's going to be close. Let me see, we were at 28.6 and we're rounding it up to 29. That's 58 miles. Ooh, it is going to be so close. We might be running on fumes. Maybe a little bit of sunshine coming out. "21-mile marker." A lot of turtles on here. He ducked back in his shell. Oh, let's... some more turtles up here? Man, there's 3 of them. Look at this. They're upside down. Looks like somebody ran over them. Oh. Should we see if we can... Looks like somebody ran over them. Yeah, it looks like somebody ran over him. Shell's cracked. Breathing hard. The other guy over there is okay. You okay, buddy? Oh, there goes one. There goes the other one. taking a shit. I hear people in the woods over there. Alright, you done your good deed for today. Saved 2 turtles that were upside down. Move this up a little bit. Oh, there's this little hole right there. Alright. Well, that was interesting. $50 miles. About 9 miles to go. 2 bars left. I think that was 21.5. There's another turtle. It's heading into his hole. That's weird. 2 upside down turtles. There are a bunch of turtles around here, man. They like to make their homes in these little mounds here. It's all probably sandy around here, so it's nice, easy digging. $22-mile marker. Another biker coming this way. Looks like somebody's walking up here. Oh boy, there's a biker stopping to do exercises. Alright, show off. Those are the kind of guys that scare me. .5 mile marker. Two miles. Three miles. 3 miles, I think. Pedal assist 5, Shimano gear number 7. It is going to be very close. Just went dead. That held up. It's just dropped below 20%. That held up pretty good. It's going on 3.5 hours. Tempted to put something up here. There's nobody else here. Alright guys, we made it back. 57.7 miles. Appreciate you coming along for the ride today, and we'll catch you on the next one. Until then, adios.
speed, power, and portability, all in one e-bike? Meet the Jasion EB7 2.0 folding e-bike. With a powerful 750-watt motor, peaking at 1200 watts, this bike hits speeds up to 28 miles per hour and climbs 25% hills like a champ. The 48-volt 10-amp-hour battery gives you a range of 22 to 55 miles per charge, perfect for commuting or weekend adventures. Ride in comfort with dual suspension and puncture-resistant fat tires that handle bumps and rough paths with ease. And when you're done, it folds down small to fit in your trunk, RV, or closet. Just 59 pounds. Stay safe with front and rear disc brakes, bright headlights, and a twist throttle that puts full control at your fingertips. Track your stats on the LCD display and even charge your phone while you ride. The Jasion EB7 2.0. Powerful, portable, ready for your next adventure.